Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. People, bring it in. Bring it in. I know you missed me. I'm coming back with that due diligence, guys. I know market stir, market manipulation going on. People probably panicking, panties all in the bunch. Listen, they stay here. Sit down.
Oh!
Family, do y'all have about maybe 15 minutes me update you on your riches? Again, I got the scoop. You're not going to want to miss it. But the story is still the exact same. Let's get down to the information. Listen, y'all already know you're here with your favorite host, the Chocolate Confucius.
Wow.
That is correct. Mr. 99,012 thoughts. That's right. Skip to the Lou. We were successful this weekend. The original V12, most notably, because the racks in the middle. You can't catch me without the racks in the middle. The undisputed champion of due diligence. Almost wizard-esque, if you will. These are my naysayers. Quick off the hip. Y'all can just call me the ultimate. That's right. It's Money Montgomery, y'all. Listen, come in, sit down, grab some chips, grab some water, sit down, grab your little beverage. You know what it is, Sunday fun day. Let's get down to the information again. Massive dips through all the markets. Again, I pinned it, market manipulation from the get-go. I just wanted to see how long it was going to last. They do this over and over and over and over again. But this is a massive signal to everything lining up to me that a massive move is coming. They did the same thing before we were at, before we broke above $1 when they dipped it down to 45 cents on some, if I'm not mistaken, it was along the lines of a government shutdown or something like that had occurred, or tariffs or something that had occurred to make it dip down. Then it rockets past $1, and then we make that ascension, obviously, where we are now. Same thing occurring. They absorbed the markets, crypto and stock, behind tariffs, government shutdowns, but I forgot what the number was, but it was the largest amount of money movement in the markets, I think they had said, in history, right? All that occurred in hours. It was quick. Again, was that pinned behind? That's pinned behind one government shutdown. Again, at the end of the day, people, this has nothing to do with crypto, and it's not something that's going to last. So when I see these massive movements, and I know that's not retail selling Bitcoin. Retail doesn't have all that money. This is why I say it's the manipulation. They need to make some type of story go along with it, right? Okay, boom. Government shutdown. Here's the basis of what the government shutdown's behind. Fair use from John Kennedy.
The country was just rocking along, minding its own business. And our budget expired midnight Tuesday night. So the Republicans went to the Democrats and said, look, let's just extend the then current budget for 7 more weeks while we negotiate a new one. And to our surprise, the Democrats said, no, we will not vote to do that. In fact, we'll shut down government unless you agree to give us $1.5 trillion. Mm-hmm. And we'll tell you how to spend it. Well, I mean, you know, our heads snapped back. Look, I wasn't about to vote for that. My mother didn't raise a fool. And if she did, it was one of my brothers. And every Republican felt the same way. So we said no, and that's why we're in a shutdown.
So again, basically the shutdown is the same budgets that they extend every single year, blah, 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 blah. It occurs every single year that they go through this. They're not coming to agreement on both sides of the party, so there's a government shutdown. This is one thing that they kind of say is sparking unsettlement in the markets. Now, mind you, with these things that are like crypto and assets, you wouldn't sell these during this time. There'll be more of them getting bought during this time, right? And of course, there's somebody that kind of agrees with that, maybe a noble name that y'all kind of agree with that says the same thing. But it all kind of lets me know, hey, wait a minute. Here's this little stalling for the love while they get ready to flip this switch. Because again, when I told y'all, on the other side of this government shutdown, I think that we come back to a fully integrated system, right? Fully ISO 222 compliant, fully integrated with the stablecoin is rolling. And I think all that is occurring right now. Again, I had with Chase Bank 2 days ago or something like that, 3 days ago, the whole bank website was down. Like you couldn't send money at all. I think that was Sunday or last Sunday. You could not send any money at all. It was just frozen. They said, yeah, we'll be back up. And that's what told me, wait a minute, Chase is one of those first people that's kind of integrated in with that crypto space. Their whole system was down. I told y'all on the other side of this shutdown, I personally believe that we're going to come into a fully integrated system. But now again, last little tidbit of information that is causing the unrest right now in the markets. Trump, 100%. China tariff sparks 1.6 trillion. Stock wipeout and record 19 billion crypto liquidations again. So Trump comes out and says that he's going to put 100% tariffs on China, and this ensues where we have this massive movement of money. Now, mind you, you would think people would get it because Trump has used this tactic 50 times now, where he dangles this tariff thing that he pulls back off of it, gets what he needs and he pulls back off of it. But somehow they're trying to tell me that the institutions panic sold all this money, obviously causing this dip, right? Which I personally believe it was just a massive manipulation to get this thing right down to a sweet price. They got to see XRP tap down to, what was it, 187 for like a fraction of a minute. Boop. Catch that 187. Boop. Pushes back up to 240. Where is it sitting at right now? 250. Hold on. Let me just pull this out so y'all can visualize what I'm explaining here. How did I get this? Maybe the daily will show it to me. Look at this here. Where's that? Let me see here. Hold on. Wait. Bear with me. Stop rushing me. You're rushing me. All right. Hold on. Can we make this one a little bit larger? You're not gonna help me at all. Huh? All right. Well, we tried. Hold on, here we go. Oh, here we go. All right. We're in. Y'all, look at this right here. Y'all didn't even see this part. This is what I knew was manipulation. So 281, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Does it show me my high and my low? Look over here, guys. Up here, this number right here on this candle. Low of 153, high of 260. This is an hourly candle. That happened in an hour's time. And the can't look at the shot. Boom. Boom. Hits down at this bottom, 150. Boom. Back up. You can no retail could have caught that. Retail could not buy into that. That was an institutional market manipulation. And now I'm knowing, okay, they're getting ready to do the thing now. They had to get that last little buy. This historically happens every single time. But again, they're quoting to the tariff. What do we have that pops out with Watcher Grew today? Justin, Vice President J.D. Vance says President Trump is willing to be a reasonable negotiator with China on tariff. All right, here we go. Already from the pullback. They're pulling back from the statement, calming it down. They're going to come to an agreement. This is not going to be 100% tariff on China. They don't want that either. They're not going to do this. But again, market already on that recovery. But I say, how many of y'all put a little dip on your chip? How many of y'all put a little dip on your chip? Come on now, family. Somebody tell me they put some dip on their chip. But I just keep pulling further through. If that's not convincing enough for you, so while all this is happening, what is Warren Buffett? You know Warren Buffett, right? You would say this guy knows a little something. All right. Warren Buffett says it might be a good idea to own a lot of other currencies besides the U.S. dollar. Again, this is Bitcoin junkies. It's not just talking about Bitcoin. He said other currencies, right? Besides the U.S. dollar. I don't think that he's talking about paper value, right? You know, he's talking about cryptocurrencies, right? So we got all this rolling out, and I try to tell people, y'all do not get flooded out. The greatest generational wealth transfer is occurring, and you know what's ahead of you, right? XRP ETF tracker, issuance days. Remember now, Grayscale, 21 shares, Bitwise, Canary Capital, Wisdom Tree, Franklin Templeton, and Coin shares are all going to be between October 18th and October 25th. But I told you that was the decision. That was the deadline date. But we can have things pop out earlier like this. Breaking. Grayscale XRP Trust will be converted into a public spot XRP ETF. So we know that approval is coming through. Now, I got to exactly figure out when this will go live. If it still sticks to the 18th date, but obviously it says subject to completion, dated October 10th, 2025. So again, we've got those ETFs rolling through. That Clarity Act is going up to the top. I told y'all people, Do not get flooded. We're simply sitting up here waiting for this Clarity Act to get passed. Everything else is going on in the background. What do I mean by that? Tap in here. Monica Long reveals Bank of America CEO. We're all in on XRP. Let's tap into it. Fair use. I said
It
fair
feels
use.
like the floodgates are going to open this year, doesn't it? I mean, so within the past week, a couple weeks, so SAB 121 being called back or rolled back. And I mean, within, it felt like minutes, you hear from CEOs like Bank of America saying, we're all in. And, these are institutions
You
that
hear from CEOs of Bank of America saying we're all in. Now, listen to this clip.
I mean, Bank of America was one of our early partners when we
Early partners.
were doing kind of like the messaging software only payment solution.
There's a reason we have 300 plus partnerships and institutions, guys, and ain't because we're willy-nilly over here.
We've worked with
We're not freeballing it.
These types of banks for a long time, and the lack of clarity, and I mean, I think in the more recent time, even hostility toward, hey, like, using these assets and this technology is not okay, it's dangerous, which is not the best way to handle it, as we would say. But looking forward, I would say, yes, it seems like there's going to be a sea change this year. And even I could say post-November, the US election result, even just the ongoing conversations we've had with banks around being reserve bank or transaction banking partners for the stablecoin or for our payments business, like the tone and message changed overnight. Like it was quick.
I'm trying to tell y'all people, we're rolling in. You're on that timeline. All this is the bubble up. This is the bubble up that happens before launch. It does it every single time. There's some stupid dip behind nothing that correlates to XRP. People get flooded. They get to buy a crazy dip that no retail could invest in. Go check your charts. There's nobody saying, yeah, I got some of that 156. You didn't even know what happened, did you? Exactly. Oh my God. What a play they made. Scammers. All right, watcher. Just in, major global banks are collaborating on plans to launch a joint stablecoin initiative. So after, again, that video I just posted from our president, Monica Long, basically saying, the banks have switched their whole tone. They are all in with XRP. Our watch group comes out. Major global banks are collaborating plans to launch joint stablecoin initiative. Bank of America, Goldman Sachs, Deutsche Bank. Now, mind you, mass majorities are already partners with XRP, so you know what they're talking about. BNP Paribas, Santander, Barclays, TD Bank. I don't know what this one is. UBS and Citi. And again, I know Bank of America, Citi, Goldman Sachs, Deutsche Bank are all XRP. It's funny they got these highlighted. And those are all XRP partners and the biggest proponents of the partnership. But again, guys, this is happening real live. This is happening real live. Live action. Somebody put a V12 down there. Y'all, you got to understand, do not get flooded. But y'all want the riches. I'm just here. Hey, you flying your own ship. You driving your own boat. I'm just over here driving mine and I'm screwing back calls. I'm just letting y'all know from a little bit of experience. Tighten up. Don't miss it. What else is rolling through? Breaking Fed rate cut odds in October jumps to 98.3. Market will recover soon again. This will go to, I told y'all, the great generational wealth transfer. That was the last little kick. Boom. They hit it with money. Boom. All right, recovery. Come back up. Okay. Just like that. Retailer, I don't know what's going on. Guys, nothing's going on. And just to explain that, Michael Saylor comes out. Don't stop believing Bitcoin B. Obviously, Michael Saylor telling y'all, hey, by the way, she's about to rally. Again, all these figureheads are coming out saying it. All these figureheads are coming out and telling y'all this. They'll put it in your face. It's just if your eyes open for it. But if you don't get it, check this out here. Michael Saylor on CNBC says Bitcoin resurges 180,000, crashed 140, and people will freak out again. Again, he's been doing this for a couple cycles. Let me explain to y'all what not to do. Can we? All right. Fair use. I say fair use.
There'll be a drop or a significant drop that comes along. Have we moved past that because of the regulatory changes that have taken place? I think it'll remain volatile because it's a 24/7, 365 global asset. You can panic sell it on Saturday night. You can enthusiastically buy it on Sunday morning. That's a feature. That's not a bug.
Yeah, you've lived through some of the swings, but do you think we won't see the downturns like we've seen in the past just because of the changes we've seen?
I think it's going to surge through the roof, and then it's going to surge to 180 and crash to 140, and people will be freaking out about it again. But
and just like you said, it's going to surge to 180. Guys, there will be a top on this bull rally. But the idea is even when it comes back down on the crash, 140, Bitcoin at 140, it was at 60 beginning of the year. That's the whole point where I'm saying, hey, do not be flooded. This cycle happens over and over and over and over again, guys. We are right where we need to be. All this blah, 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 FUD. Focus on the company. Is XRP lose anything? No. Did we lose partnership? No. We're advancing? Okay. We're getting closer to, okay, all right. Clarity Act, all right. There's nothing that we're losing today.
Let me make this one analogy. Volatility is like fire. And some people run away from the fire. But Henry Ford put the fire into a carriage via an engine, created an entire industry, and he gave humanity wings.
Yes, sir.
Can we?
Hard facts. And just to end it again, last little tidbit. If y'all don't believe what I'm saying, Peter Brandon, futures market trader since 1975, and obviously a hell of a one with 811,000 followers, right? So this is his analysis of what's going on. Here's XRP's chart. This is when I say when in doubt.
Oh!
Sit down. All right, that was in it. All right, when in doubt, zoom out. But this is what he's predicting. The final post, a few final posts for the weekend. Then I will leave you youngsters with your dreams. XRP, just a minor reaction and a bigger theme of things. Again, we're just involved in this little rigmarole as they get ready to flip the switch, but it has nothing to do with XRP, nor be concerned. Bitcoin, bull, still alive and well. XLM, a bull waking up from a nap. Who is this over here? This is Bitcoin. 113. XLM. Come on now. And then Ethereum, ready to rock and roll. If I change my mind, I won't let you know. That's pretty fun to watch. But again, expert analysis, right? Now you want a charting person. Guys, I'm telling you the facts and the news, right? That's what I told you. The charts just going to line up with the news. The charts, the news, and all these rich folks is telling y'all, sit down, get ready for V12. Y'all, this has nothing to do with us. Use this time to buy your dip. They're going to let it rip. Sit back. Hold down. Y'all know what time it is. Let me get this edit up. Hey, battle for 6 out too. I'm having a fun time. Y'all know what time it is. Oh, fair use. Oh, yes, sir.